Fashion Toppings here with a little refashion video. Now, this is an old linen shirt that I've had for a long time. I know it's black, it's hard to see, but it stops at a very unflattering part of my legs, like right at the widest point of my legs. And so I don't wear it. And besides that, you know, linen's such a pain in the butt to wash. So I wanted to try to do something with it. And then I was thrifting, and I'm not sure the order I'm putting my videos up in because I pre-record all these. So this is going to be featured either in a thrift haul I already did or one that's coming up next. I don't know if I've done it yet. So this skirt I got all because of, let me show you. I got it all because look at all these the layers. It's all layers of, you know, like ruffles. And with all these ruffles, I know how time consuming it is. These are all, I mean, just different layers of ruffles. And I know how time consuming that is because I already did a project. Now, most of you have seen this picture of what I did to this thrifted blazer that was too short. And so I added layers. See, and I made a bustle in the back. And that took me a while. That's why I don't think I did a video on that one, just because how long it took me to make that. And so, and I saw the skirt, and I thrifted it. It was a yellow tag. And so I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think I paid like $5 for it, maybe, unless this is 50% off. But it'll be in my video. I can't remember off the top of my head what I paid for it. But I did thrift it. I got it at the Goodwill. So I was thinking that with the linen cardigan, I could attach this to the bottom and make the cardigan longer. And one reason I want to do that is because, one, the zipper is broken in the back. See, it won't zip up. The zipper is shot. And look at how big this skirt is. Way too big for me. Definitely too big for my mannequin, but surprisingly enough, it's actually too big for me too. And so I'm not going to try it on and show you because it actually, I hold it up. So, but I wanted the ruffles. So as you can see, there we go. So first thing I'm going to do is the zipper doesn't work in the back. So I'm going to tear that out. You can either use a seam ripper, or I like to use a seam ripper at first. And if it becomes too cumbersome, then I'll take scissors to it. But I kind of like to save the zippers so I don't have to buy new zippers. So I'm going to find the seam in the back, and I'm going to seam rip right up the back seam. And if you have a sharp seam ripper, it should go very fast. So I'm just going to seam rip all the way down the back seam so that I have one big long piece of fabric. Let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I seam ripped it down. As you can see, there's the ruffles. And I like how they're not even straight. I like how uneven the ruffles are. So what I'm going to do is I put the shirt back on. I'm going to actually make this into kind of like a duster jacket, cardigan type thing. And now I'm experimenting as I go. As you know, it's refashioning. I don't have a plan. I just go with what I feel like doing as I'm doing it. And that's the fun thing about refashioning. I know some of you like to know like what I'm doing in advance, but to be honest with you, when I'm doing a refashioning, I kind of play with the garment, make it as I'm going, and if it turns out, great, and if it doesn't, I thrifted it. So, you know, I'm not out a lot of money, so this is a good way to learn to refashion. So I decided that I wanted to make a duster. I'm not going to ever probably wear it all buttoned up, but just to keep my shirt hanging straight, I buttoned it up so I can kind of show you what I'm doing with this, because I'm going to do this on the ground. But let me show you. So with the ruffles out, as you can see, I've got it wide open now because I split that back seam. Get this arm out of there. I am going to attach it to the bottom of the shirt. So as you can see, it's going to be open right here. So when I unbutton my jacket, when I unbutton it, it's like a long duster that has the ruffles. I know that it's black, and so it's hard to see, but, oopsie, I accidentally let go of it. But you'll see as I go. So all I'm going to do, see it's wide open, I'm going to pin this to my shirt. And it's up to you. I have a finished edge right there. So I could just pin it on straight like this and then sew along my finished edge, I can do that. Okay, so now what I've done, as you can see all the pins, I just pinned my skirt right to the bottom hem of my shirt. All the way around. And the skirt, because I'm putting it so far down on my hips at the bottom of the shirt, wouldn't go all the way. Let me see if you can see. See, it wouldn't go all the way to the beginning of the shirt. So it's going to have, as you can see, it's going to have right here, just about a couple of fingers length right here. That much is going to not have a skirt with it. So it's going to be kind of like a lip. Let me try it on and I'll show you. So as you can see, what it's kind of going to look like is a long cardigan, like a duster with the ruffles on the back. Now, if I don't like having this little, I think it's going to be cute. If you don't like having, you know, this area here that doesn't have a skirt on it, I would have had to cut off the bottom layer of the skirt to make it and add it on to make it. Then I would have had seams. I didn't want to do that. So I'm making it look like this. I think it's going to be cute. It's like a black little long duster. And all I did was cut the skirt right down the back seam to make it one big long piece of material. And then, as you can see, that's better lighting right there, I just pinned it right onto the shirt. See, because there's the waistband right there. I just pinned it onto the shirt. So let's go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and I'll show you what's next. Okay, now I'm going to sew, I'm going to follow right along the stitch line of my waistband. That you can see it right here. See, there's my waistband, this little area from here to here. I'm just going to do a straight stitch right along the edge. And if I want to, I can come back and straight stitch at the bottom edge, right on top of the two current stitch lines on each side of the top of my waistband and the bottom of my waistband. So I'm going to do a straight stitch, do a fixed stitch or back stitch, whichever comes, you know, whichever your machine has standard. So I'm going to do a fixed stitch. Okay, get it started. Then I always set my sewing machine to end in the down position. Just a habit. Okay, I'm going to follow right along the old stitch line from the waistband, making sure everything's out from underneath it so nothing gets caught. Removing my needles as I go. Okay, and I just keep going the whole length of the shirt or jacket. Okay, so I've sewn the whole distance to my waistband. There we go, and it is done. Let's go see what it looks like. Okay, well, it's done, and all it was one stitch line. I mean, it's optional. You can do more if you want. I broke my needle, so I quit. So you can see there is the waistband of the skirt right there, and it's attached to the shirt. And on the inside, there is the shirt. See, there's a shirt, and there is my stitch line right there. You can see it attaching the skirt. There's my lining of my skirt. So I know black on black. I know black on black is difficult, but it turned out cute. I'm happy with it because one, it's a shirt I would never wear, and two, it's a skirt that was too big, and both thrifted. Okay, I ironed it and I took some pictures. I love how it turned out. So I've got it paired with a little white skirt, my black boots, but it doesn't look like a little cardigan or like a duster jacket. So I can leave it unbuttoned or buttoned if I want. But look at, I know you can't see all these ruffles, but the ruffles are just so fun. So it's long, look at it, all the way down past my boots. Ah, I love it. There, you can see the ruffles against the white right there. Right here, see all those ruffles? All the layers of ruffles. I like it. It's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I really like it. Okay then, well that was my project. Real simple. I just took a skirt, cut open the back seam to make it one long piece of material, sewed it on to the bottom of a shirt, and made it into a duster jacket. You know, so I have the ruffles. I got ruffles and a button down. I love it. Like I said, not everyone's gonna like it, but I did this project because I just love the fabric. So, well, this is Amy with Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.